Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I'm Dr. Gail, and this is Terry, and thanks for joining us today. We, of course, don't have a program plan. We go off the cuff all the time and see what comes up, and people can start putting questions in because we will be doing some readings at the end. But let me see who all is here today. Annie Bear. Thanks for being here. It looks like you are the ambassador of welcoming people. Thank you
She's
for
so
doing
kind.
that. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, and he's always a great guardian too.
Yes, she does a great job. And let's see, did someone say shenanigans? Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. I haven't seen you before. You must be new to the channel. And well, thanks for joining us. And mostly my channel is about ETs, aliens, the Galactics. And that's what my channel is mostly about. If that's something that you're interested in, Terry does a lot more different things than I do, but she's extremely connected with the Galactics too. Hey, Liz Daly. Let's see who else is here. Um, I'm going, y'all are really talking to. Well, I see Terry there too.
Yep.
Hey, let's see. I'm going to star. There's one question star.
Yeah.
And
There's, hi, Isabel. Isabel's coming in, and Shenanigans is part of my meditation tribe too in the
oh,
morning.
okay. You have such a good tribe there. It's a good group.
Yeah, yeah, really good group. Everybody really takes care of each other there. Tea Garden Chicken.
I
That's
see
a
that.
new one.
Hey, Leah, I'll get down to that one. I've got to see that name.
Oh my gosh, it's funny. That's a great one. I
Hey,
love
Emmy
that.
J. Hey, Cheryl. Thanks for joining us today. And um, let me see if that. I'm sitting reading to see if I'm seeing questions at the same time. Leah, you're listening. Let's see. She is listening and busting new project house plants, repotting and bringing indoors. Oh, good for you.
I need to do that. This is the time of year, isn't it?
Yes.
Take care of everybody.
Yes. We
Yeah.
have we have another month here in the South before we start doing that. We don't
Yeah.
tea garden chicken. See it. AT garden chicken. I haven't seen you for. Thanks for joining us today, and, and thanks for the laugh for that name.
Yeah. I love that. I love that when people get those fun names.
Yeah. Let's see. Here's another question. And they go, hey, Mary Laura. Hey, Son of Watt. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah. Hi.
I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while, Son of Watt.
Yeah.
You've been kind of in the background a lot lately, but thanks for being here. Hey, Rossi. Hey, Spirit Detective Suzanne. Hey, Isabel. Hey, Teresa Ford. Hey, Joyful Journey. I love that name. That's coming from your channel, I see, Terry. Joyful Journey. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. She's beautiful.
Joyful Journey. Hey, Laurie. Let's see who else is here. All right. I'm sorry, everybody. I got one eye running
An eye
together.
over there. And
No,
I can talk while you're while you're busy, while you're working girl. That's what we used to call the people that would come to the house and do stuff on the house. And um, the kids would call them working girls, working men, working boys.
exactly what we call working girls.
Oh, that's right. Gotta be careful about that. Yeah, and
Calling me a working girl.
well, it's a term of endearment, I'm sure.
Hey, Rush.
Didn't think we were gonna talk about this today, did we?
No, I'll talk about working girls.
Yeah, yeah. So, hey, Joyful. Sarah
Rush.
Broyles.
Well, Rush is a good name too.
Yeah, that's a great name. Lots of great names.
Yeah.
I love Standing in the Light too, Annie Bear.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah,
A great name.
yeah. It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have your Skywalking the Moon when you came on first, or did you just have Dr. Gale or
No, I first had Skywalking with Moon because what happened is I had a white German Shepherd, big 95-pound white German Shepherd, and she started astral traveling with me. I think I've told you about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was astral traveling with me, and when I was meditating, literally, I would have my head here. I would always lay on the couch and put my legs over the arm of the couch, and then she started putting her head next to mine and her whole body this way. So our heads were next to each other. So we would astral travel together, and so eventually, she passed away at a very young age. I think she was only 8, and of course, my life was devastated.
Yeah.
So, but on the other side, she turned out to be on my spaceship, my first spaceship. She joined me on the spaceships. She, in fact, eventually turned out to be my pilot on the spaceship, and turned out to be a shapeshifter because she could shapeshift from being a dog to a human to a Wookiee. And she was a big, tall, white Wookiee, and she was my strength whenever I was going into rescuing like these ETs out of the spaceships that were trapped. She would come in and she was a strength. But anyway, she was a lot of stuff on the other side, and still is. So that's why I named it Skywalking with Moon, because I was astral traveling with her. So I started off,
Aw.
yeah, the Skywalking with Moon. Well, everybody, because everybody started, I was never even called Dr. Gail in my office, when I was a chiropractor. Nobody called me, they just called me Gail. So it was very uncomfortable because everybody started calling me Dr. Gail on this, and I'm going, why is everybody calling me Dr. Gail? And so Susie convinced me finally, after probably at least a year, to put Dr. Gail in front of Skywalking with Moon. She said it's more memorable, people will find that easier. Of course, she was right, but
Yeah.
so that's how my name. How did your name start?
Um, it was just my name. It was Teri Renner, my first and last name for the longest time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and then it was Teri Renner holding your space because I knew a lot of people. I'd been in the chat for a couple of years by then, and then I wanted something that was about healing, trauma, and I wanted a place where people could go and feel safe. And I wanted a place where people could grieve or they could have fun, especially having fun.
Right.
And so anyway, so that's how it came about. And I still haven't taken off the Teri part because it works.
Yeah, I don't think you need to.
Thank you.
So now you have Teri, holding your space instead of Teri at holding your space.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll do that because I just have it. I just did that. My laptop rebooted this morning, so it comes out different every time.
Okay, I was looking at that going, wait a minute, because at one time wasn't it Teri and there was the at sign?
Yeah.
One time, and then
Oh
it
yeah.
moved to at.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. That's for sure. But yeah, I figured they get there sooner or later. Aw, thank you, Annie Bear. I love holding space for people, and I love having, we both love that healing element with the people that come to us. So it's healing for me to be here. That's for sure.
Yes, you get a lot out of we get a lot out of it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I've got 11 questions already starred.
Oh, that's a good start.
Yeah. There's 12.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah. Back 40 Studios.
Millie's jumping in the shower and got the speaker all set up. So she's listening to us in the shower. I love
it. She loves German Shepherds. She misheard Lexi. Yeah, I've had actually 4 German Shepherds in my life. They're my dog of choice. However, I don't know that I'll ever have another one because they are extremely high maintenance, just like your is Australian Shepherd or Border Collie? Which one?
Australian Shepherd. Yeah.
I'm not sure I have the have the energy or ability to raise another one because they are, especially Moon. She was. Oh my gosh, I could have that dog out we'd be at the beach, we would be out on the trails, we'd be at the dog park. We would go for 4 hours. We'd get home and she'd take a 15-minute nap and was ready to go again.
Yep.
I'm going, oh my gosh, dog, you're going to wear me out.
Right. This is my 4th Aussie too.
Is there okay?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get another one?
Nope. I'm done.
You know, my good friend in Mount Shasta, she had a mini Aussie, cutest little thing. It was, I mean, but it was just as high energy
Yeah.
as a regular Aussie, but it was so cute. I had never seen one before when she came in with that, and her last one had passed away, and she came with she goes, well, actually, she was in a house, and she said, I got to have a dog that fits the doggy door that's already there.
Oh, how funny.
So
How
that's how she
funny.
got doggy door.
Yeah. Yeah. Tyler is actually an Aussie, but he doesn't know he's an Aussie. He's got like a 10-foot aura and bark, but
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
he's kind of big, but he's definitely a reincarnation of a previous Aussie that I had. And he came back this time as a boy, but he still has that real effeminate, bitchy energy that he had last time.
Well, you know, I thought my dog Moon had reincarnated from my first dog, which was Miss Magnolia, was her name.
Oh, what a pretty name.
And I thought it was, but she wasn't. And she was put here, I think, to help me transfer into this new life, the metaphysical world. And she was there escorting me into that. And as I said, she's on the other side, being actually more important than she was when she was here. She was really confined here with me compared to all what she can do on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we feel guilty about that, I think, but when they're asleep and they're doing other things, they're not just hanging out with us. So,
Well, I understand why she passed it at such a young age. She's going, you've had me for 8 years. It's time for me to do more stuff.
enough already. Yeah. So the one that Tyler has reincarnated as is she lived to be 18,
Oh,
which
God,
is
wow.
kind of unheard of.
Yeah.
But she also didn't like the dog, the puppy that we'd gotten, Truman. And when this one came in, she still wasn't so crazy about him. So it was so funny.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they're particular, very particular.
Well, you couldn't live without them. So I'm looking at, did someone say, she says, I just popped over to Teri's channel to like the video and noticed that I saw Teri's replies to my questions on her channel, but I don't see them here on Dr. Gail's channel. I wonder if there's a way to fix. Did you answer some of her questions?
I did. I did answer. Yeah, just a couple of questions. And she was asking if we were going to take questions, and I said, yes, we will.
Okay.
And something else, but that's odd. Did some? I thought it normally showed up, but we kind of went in a back way today. So
We just call it technicalities that challenged us today.
yeah, yeah. So right. And I think this week, we were kind of talking about that a little bit too, or maybe I was the only one talking about that, but being compassionate with ourselves. We think we can do all these things. Dr. Gail went to the gym and, pushed herself, and I was running to get here because I was walking from the yoga patch and coming over, and it's just, you think you're ready to do all this stuff and that you have to be a certain way, but really we're perfect just the way we are. And,
Yes.
we don't have to push ourselves like that if we don't want to. It's good to push yourself sometimes, but
Right.
certainly be gentle.
Yeah, we also backstage were talking about, I don't know if anybody, Nancy Jean turned me on to this, and it's Karma Gaia, Karma Gaia's KARMAGAIA. And it's a website that you can get daily things from. And today it was on a mental health challenge. And so we talked about that. And do you want to go into a little bit of that, Teri, or what do you want to do with that?
Yeah, let's do. I think it's a great website. It's I just signed up for it. It's free. I guess for 30 days it's free.
Is it for 30 days? I didn't read that.
I don't know. That's what they said.
Okay.
But doesn't mean anything.
Uh-oh.
But but it's beautiful, all the things that they give you, and they give you these great advice of things to do.
Right. And first, I'm going to talk about the quote of the day, and it says, "Life doesn't make any sense without interdependence. We need each other. And the sooner we learn that, the better for us all." So I thought that was pretty important. And the daily affirmation is, "A peaceful state of mind lets me enjoy and cherish each moment of life as it comes. I feel peaceful in the simple joys of life. I let go of the urge to fight what I can't change. No matter what happens, I choose to live my life peacefully. I deserve it. Even if I lose my sense of peace momentarily, I can always come back to it." So it also has like a 31-day challenge for your mental health, it then it gives you a weekend weekend learning, and it's giving you a 5 days of mental health challenge. And the first one is make a nutrient dense breakfast, one that takes less than 5 minutes. Even if you can do something the night before, it says it starts your day with a mood. You want to start your day with a mood boosting breakfast. And to save time and stress, prepare it the night before, such as overnight oats or chia seed pudding. Okay, number 2, declutter one drawer in your house. And this just reminds me of when my sister and I lived together years ago. We used to have Lifetime Sundays where we sat down and watched Lifetime, and on the commercials, we'd get up and run and do as much as we could during that. It was like a game. We do as much as we could during that commercial, run back to the couch, sit down and watch the next show. And it was fun to see how much you could get done in that little bit of time. And it was always such a great challenge to do that. But that reminded me when they're talking about cleaning out that one drawer. That reminded me of us doing that. And still, I still have kind of that practice now, and she does too. But we don't have as many commercials. So,
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah,
Right.
right. And then do a 5-minute meditation. Even on your busiest days, everyone has 5 minutes to spare. And then number 4 is take your morning coffee outdoors. Exposure to sunshine early will help your how are you okay?
Circadian.
Say that again.
Circadian
Rhythms. So, and it'll improve your mood and it helps your vitality. And the number 5 is unfollow negative social media accounts. So that's supposed to be what we're supposed to do this weekend. Let's do all these things. There's 5 things. So
it really is. It works well with your brain too. I think is being empaths and into intuition and everything. We kind of think about a lot about the spiritual and the emotional part of things, but that physical component of completing something every day
right.
is opens new neural pathways in our brains and releases endorphins. So physically, it changes your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have the daily practice of writing 10 things that I'm grateful for, and then 3 things that I want to get done that day. So, and there can be simple things. I try to make it simple. Like, don't say paint a room.
Yeah.
break it down. And so it's the thing at the end of the day that you can check it off. There's 3 things that you can check off that you've done, and it really helps boost your mood when you do those things.
I'm gonna take that. I love that. Yeah. I love this because now when I find things that people are doing that I really enjoy,
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take that.
Well, I mean, it can be simple. If you're really like you're in a really bad mood or tired or whatever, you can put it as simple as pick up that piece of paper that's over there on the floor because you've been, in kind of depressed or whatever the past few days, and just put those simple things that you can actually do. Put your remote control where it's supposed to be, or just, when you're having a really bad day, just pick 3 things that you can do, and usually that'll kind of jumpstart you and jumpstart you out of that whatever bad mood, or if you had a bad fight with somebody or whatever is taking you to the ice cream in bed situation.
Yeah, for me it's chips in bed, but yeah, definitely. There's times right now where I think we see things around the world that cause us to kind of go into that frame of mind that, oh wow, what's it all about? Why bother? I can go down rabbit holes with that stuff, and then all of a sudden I'm like, well, why not? And but I love that 10 things that you're grateful for, because that changes your vibration completely.
Right.
The state of grace.
Well, I started that when I was taking care of my dad with dementia, because I was having some really tough days with that.
Yeah.
And so I had the two books, as everybody's heard me talk about it. I had one book what I called my bitch book, and then I had my book that I was grateful for. So the bitch book, I took everything that I was mad about, needed to talk about, needed to get out, because people were tired of hearing me complain. So
Yeah.
I took it to writing, which helped me. But I turned right around after I got it all off my chest and writing. Then I turned right around and write down the 10 things I was grateful for. It wasn't uncommon for whatever I was complaining about, I was also grateful for. So, but that's how I started with that. And I've kept that practice up since then, because it has really helped when you're going through anything, to get it all out and then turn around and be grateful and raise that vibration right after you get it all out.
I love that. So I have a practice, and you guys have probably heard me say this 20 times now, but before I go to bed, I try to say something wonderful to myself, like, I love you. I love you, Teri, you're doing a great job, or whatever.
That's good.
And then in the morning when I wake up, I say, good morning, Teri, I love you. Because how often do we wake up and we're like, oh, golly, I didn't clean out the refrigerator yesterday.
Yes.
I didn't call so-and-so. I didn't, take care of this on my schedule. And so I really try to give myself some grace in the morning. 2 new journals, bitches and blessings.
I love it. Hypnicity.
Yeah. Yeah. And that brings up something really interesting, hypnicity. So I've got a group of girlfriends, and some of them I've known since grade school, but we call ourselves the hippie bitches. And we get together, and sometimes it is bitching, but it's fun to have that community. And it's beautiful here. That's Tyler out there making that knocking noise. He is scratching. Anyway, he's knocking at the door. Oh, yeah. And Marshall, Maria's perfect health. You like to sing 3 times throughout the day.
That's good.
Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful.
So anyway, anything else? What's new on your channel and things, Teri? What's going on there?
Oh, golly gee. We are doing our meditations Monday through Friday at 8:11. So that's been wonderful. Let's see. I've got John Benny's going to be coming on. I haven't told you guys that yet. So he'll be on soon. And what else is going on? Just doing lots of fun stuff, lots of golly, I can't think. Oh, Annie Bear was on this week. So that was
y'all
new.
were good together. I saw that. I was in the backgrounds, I believe, on that one.
Yeah. And also Brenda, Imagine With Me, Shamanic Journeys was on. So I'm going to try at least twice a month to have people on from the channel that have started their own channels, because you guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing, And Annie Bear, I think we're going to do once a month.
Yeah.
For sure.
And anybody there that has any alien or ET experiences, contact me so we can talk about it. And if it's a great story, I'll bring you on, and it helps people become aware of it, and also normalizes our experiences. And people saying, oh, she's crazy or he's crazy with these experiences. But the more we talk about it, the more we know it's going on. And if so, it's anybody. And my email address is in under here, but it's Dr. Gail Starseed at gmail.com. But if you're ready to come forward and talk about it in public, it allows everybody else to be comfortable to talk about their own experiences.
Yeah.
And they're not as crazy as mine. I'm not saying there's not anybody out there, but I have so many of them that it'll be very normal for me to hear about.
Yeah. It's, it does. And it's like, I mean, I think everybody's catching up to it. It's like they release a little bit every week or
Yeah.
every day sometimes on the news. And you just don't catch it because there's so many more interesting things. There's Taylor and Travis, and then there's 45 or Kamala. There's exciting stuff going on the planet, but also there's new species that they're finding that are
Mhm.
awakening. There's that are coming up and probably been asleep. And some of those are from the earth, but I know some of those are galactic energies too that are awakening,
Right.
that have been asleep or just in hiding for a long time.
Yeah, I think it's our elementals though that we'll be recognizing first.
Yeah. Now, was it you? Somebody told me a while back that a lot of the ETs won't come out until we're not afraid of like maybe what they're going to look like. Like we're not afraid of a bug. If somebody came and they were 8-foot ant, or a praying mantis.
Well, there's also a lot of development that we have to do because even if they do present themselves, and usually they're presenting themselves in the 5D world because we can't take their energy in the 3D world. So if we're exposed to them or they come into our 3D world, we have difficulties just with their energy because they're such a higher vibrational being. So there's some physical things that go along with that. So we are generally seeing them in the 5D, like through your third eye, that type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely we need to do that. It's and I think Reverend Saul, my friend and teacher that passed away, but he always said that, we're given a Maserati, but we can only drive a jalopy. So be gentle with yourself. You don't
Yeah.
have to do it all tomorrow.
Yeah. I think the first things that would be, because I think the Greys have the easiest time coming down to the 3D world than anybody. So they'll probably be our first, but it might be the Palladians. Who knows? They look more similar to us. We would be more accepting to that. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, and I'm just going to mention this because it's a fun time of year, but the Renaissance festivals are on all around the country right now, and that's a great place to see ETs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they like to come in there. So if you've already witnessed people, there's a lot. Oh, Christy Goodwin. Okay. Oh, cool. I'll see if she wants to come on. I invite everybody on, but they send me.
That's right.
Oh,
When you
thank you.
started your channel, you sent invites out to everybody.
I was, and I thought I'm just going to invite people, and if they say no, that's okay. Pamela Gregory gave me a decline, and I was like, oh, "Thank you for even responding."
Yeah. Well, I remember when I responded, you were just like, so like, oh, I can't believe you're responding. I'm like, when are you coming? I was like, well, Teri, why wouldn't I be coming on? I would never forget that.
I was so excited. Yeah, Spirit told me because people weren't responding to my stuff, and they said it's okay. Just keep doing it. It's okay. They're going to start, and then the next thing I knew, I sent out five emails, and everybody responded. Boom. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
All right. You ready to start taking some questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else going on your channel that we need to know about?
Gosh, I got to think about it now. No, I think we're good. We're just flying by the seat of our pants, but it's going really well.
Okay. All right. Let me see what I got all starred here. All right. Here's standing in light with Annie Bear. Annie Bear has a first question. I have a working theory on starseed plants and crystals. May I have a reading on this, please? All right. I guess you're asking if that theory is correct, Annie Bear. Let's see. Yes, your theory is correct. Now you're going to have to share that theory with us.
Yeah, I love that.
Do you have any idea what it is? Has she told you anything about it?
I don't, but I keep seeing. This is interesting, Annie Bear, because I keep seeing a fern, and I keep seeing a fern being like the highest dimensional thing on this planet in early days. and
Okay.
that it was like um, an archetypal energy. It was huge. The energy of it,
Oh,
really
I'm surprised.
beautiful.
I would think it would be the trees because of their communication skills.
It is now, but at the time, that was one of the first forms of life.
Okay, that's interesting. So, yeah, Annie Bear, let us know what that's all about. I mean, you might. I'm thinking you probably wanted to work on that theory a little bit more. Like, say, since I've started working with the water things now going in the ocean, I'm holding back everything I want to say about it because I have to absorb it. And
Yeah,
you might be in that place too, Andy Bear. Got to kind of absorb it before you talk about it or reveal it. Have to be pretty comfortable with it.
yeah. She says many were brought here as gifts. They are Star Nation representatives.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful, Annie. Yeah, I
So
love that.
that does make sense.
Mhm.
Okay. Did you some say shenanigans again? Can you lovely ladies give me a reading on if any of my past lives occurred off Earth, or do I just feel like an alien because I'm here? Oh gosh, I love that. I love that. I mean, Terry's always saying fly your freak flag. so,
Yeah.
so take that weirdness and go with it. So let me see. I'm going to say yes. You've got plenty of past lives off planet. Yes, you got a lot of past lives off planet, and I'm getting Arcturian. That's what I'm getting. That's what your main one is Arcturian. So, but you have a lot of past lives, and go ahead and take it. I mean, we're all here to allow us to um, show who we are and have a support system here to be able to show who we are. So, just join in, fly your freak flag here. We're not going to think anything of it. Just tell us what's going on. I mean, because we can't all of us talk about it to our family and friends because they don't understand it, but we understand it in this community. So there you
Yeah.
go. What you got?
Yeah. I love that, shenanigans. Yeah. So, definitely you've had a lot of past lives, as aliens, and I feel like most all of us have. It's
Yeah,
probably rare that we wouldn't, don't you think?
yeah,
Then
especially in
we
this
would.
community. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, definitely in this community. You still have a relationship with them right now, and that's, this card is number 11. So, those relationships in your light body are still occurring right now. Um, um, something about something here is unlocking a key in these relationships. There's a key there. So, if you feel like you have conflicts of some sort, um, with a certain type of person or a certain type of being, um, that's kind of come up in this lifetime. And sometimes the conflicts are what we call them FGOs on my planet or on my planet. Hello,
On planet Earth, we call them FGOs.
right? So a growth opportunity, an effing growth opportunity. But um, sometimes there might have been somebody or something that you had a conflict with, and it'll kind of show you that could have been on another planet as well. Could have come over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also got more, and you might want to write this down because you're actually working on an Arcturian spaceship, which is called the Athena.
Oh,
And it looks like you hold a pretty high up position on there. And that's who you're really in contact with is on that spaceship. And not exactly what you're doing, but you're up in high rankings there, and you're more. I feel like you're more military, working on that spaceship, and if um, White Dragon, I don't think he's here today. He is big on that spaceship too, with on the military side, and so that's what you're doing. And you're very connected with the ETs, and you're holding a very important position on that spaceship. This is a spaceship that is like a trauma center, and it splits off when there's a big rescue mission going on, where the medical part splits off with the military part. But I see you in more like a military uniform, So I know that's a lot to take in, especially when you're just asking if you have any past lives occurring on Earth. You not only have past life, you're actually working up there in your dream state.
Yeah. Yeah. She says this explains my younger obsession with Athena.
Ah,
Yeah, that's amazing.
yeah,
Yeah, also, sometimes, somebody that we've had a conflict with or something in another lifetime, it can be a planetary thing too.
yes,
So they're with the military. So excellent.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you got a lot. You got your ears full on that one.
Wow.
Jump right into it. Hey, Cheryl, am I still in jumpsuit status? Okay. It's jumpsuit status, everybody, if they're wondering, is that means she is on the spaceship learning. And yes, Cheryl, you are still in jumpsuit status. So you're still in training. And so,
Yeah.
and the reason why I see people who are training, how they should present people in training is they wear a tan jumpsuit. I mean, most of us have uniforms on, but the ones that are in training usually are in tan jumpsuits. So Cheryl's still in training. Must be an important job.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Tea
Mhm.
garden chicken. What good things are coming to me in the near future? Ooh, that's a loaded question. I think I'm going to have to pull a card on that one.
Yeah. So this is interesting, Tea Garden Chicken, because of course, with your name, they brought in eggs, and that's orbs. I get that you're getting a lot of activity in your room. And I'm not going to scare you or anything, but we all get activity, right? But I see lots of orbs coming into you. So these can be ancestors. They can also be part of your spirit team, and a lot of your spirit team is probably galactic. Most of ours are. So galactic and ancestral, but and you could say that an angel is galactic as well. So
Yeah.
there is that. Yeah.
And the masters.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely they'll come in as orbs.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing lots of energy coming in from them. And so just be gentle with yourself and definitely protect yourself, but also call in the energy that you need in your life. So,
Okay. I decided to pull out of the secret language of color.
ooh, yeah.
You have that deck.
I don't. I need it.
It's fun.
I'm going to write it down.
Gold sapphire. And I haven't used this deck in a while, but it is very appropriate. And it's just exactly what Terry was saying. This is saying regenerate your body. Regenerate your body. Be, watch out what you're doing. If you're needing to rest, slow down. They're wanting you to regenerate because there's a lot of changes going on. I'm going to read a little bit out of the book on that, but it looks like to me you have a lot of changes that are happening. And I love the orb scenario. Um, Sapphire heals, purifies, and regenerates your body. It also has the ability to soothe your mind, calm your nerves, and release emotional pain. It's a nourishing color. So, sapphire dissolves disharmony and clears the blocked pathways to well being, clearing your mind, balancing your emotions, and creating order in your life. So, breathe in the sapphire light and focus on increasing your well being. So that's really important. I'm going to read that again. Breathe in healing sapphire light and allow yourself to focus on increasing your well being. So there you go. So what good things are coming to me in the near future? Well, I think you're having some kind of awakening is kind of what my feeling is. And that I think you're going to be having extra gifts coming in, but that's why they're wanting you to nourish your body right now because these energies, these new things that are coming out, you're going to be needed to be rested for this to show itself. And because a lot of times when we are having these changes, like a spiritual awakening, it takes a toll on our body. I mean, it's like we're thinking it's all in our head, but it's also extremely physical. So you're needing to really nourish yourself and take yourself, because your future looks really good. And I think you're getting ready to make a big jump in the metaphysical world, and some gifts are going to be opening up.
Yeah, I pulled quest. So you're getting ready for a big quest. Yeah, you're getting ready to go over that bridge. So offers, treasures, and celebrate. You've got big stuff coming in. Yeah, definitely we have to take care of ourselves physically. We were talking about that backstage too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here is Seashell.
Hmm.
I haven't seen Seashell. Hey, thanks for joining us today, Seashell. She looks like she's coming from your channel. Yes, I'd love to know about if I have a connection to the Orion galaxies. Okay, let me see, Seashell. Do you have a connection to Orion galaxies? I'm getting a no on that. What are you getting, Teri? I'm getting she doesn't have a connection to the Orion galaxies. I'm getting that you have a connection to the Lyran galaxy.
Yeah, Orion. If I could look at Orion, that's a no for this.
That's a no, yeah.
And Lyran is a big yes.
Yeah. So, so your connection is to the Lyrans. So there you go, Seashell. I don't know if you know anything about the Lyrans. It's spelled Lyrans, and there is a constellation. And the Lyrans, you tend to think about the Lyrans being cat-like people, or look cat-like. So just go ahead. You should say, "Wow, I'm glad I asked." Oh, that's Vianney.
Vianney.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's it, the Lyrans. So as I said, you can look that up. There's a lot of stuff out there. You can read about them. But they did, I will say this, that the Lyrans, their planets or their star system was destroyed or taken over by the reptilians. And so they did go to all sorts of different star systems. So you could have gone from the Lyran star system constellation to the Orion, but your origination is Lyran.
Wow.
So there you go. Anything else, Teri?
No, there's just that there's a lot of Lyran energy coming in at this time in the earth. Don't you feel like it?
Yeah,
we talked about that.
Back in the fall here, when I did a shamanic journey, where I looked at myself, and I was a Lyran, and I was the Lyran that is looks like on Avatar. Those are Lyrans, where they're blue, tall, and I saw myself in a pond where that's what I looked like. And then I was told that every light worker right now has a Lyran that has come in to help. So they have come up beside us. So all the Lyrans, I had not paid that much attention to them, even though I had a Lyran guide. I had not paid much attention to them till last fall, when I was told all of us had one that had shown up, that they're coming beside us. So we all have a Lyran guide that's helping us through right now.
Yeah, and I do see a lot of them when I go out too. So if you keep your eyes open, you guys, they're interesting. They're really. I think they feel very safe. I always feel very safe when I feel that Lyran energy around me.
Yeah, I do too. And in fact, as I said, one of my first guides, she was only my guide for 2 years because she was pregnant, and they had a pregnancy of 2 years. And and they're supposed to go back to the community when they get pregnant. And she was not one of those type. That was a homemaker type of person. So she was allowed to come to me as being a guide. They allowed her to do that. And so I learned a lot from her. And the stuff, I learned more about that community that you don't read anywhere. So, and that's when I was discovering how many different types, like on these star systems, how many different types of ETs are on them. It's not like, we're so, even me, I'm guilty of this. When I started, it was like, okay, you're a Palladian, you're an Arcturian, you're from Sirius B. And there's so many different species on these planets and star systems. Sorry about my eye again. That they just don't fall in a box. I mean, I've met 3 different types of Arcturians. So it's amazing how we are learning more and more about this kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I plug your book that's coming out? Or it's not coming out quite yet, but
it's not coming out, but it'll eventually be out. And yeah, you can plug my book. Just don't get y'all's hopes up there, everybody. I'm stuck on writing books, and I have never had the whatever. I never saw myself writing a book. But I started off with, they wanted me to do a blog and I was terrible at it. So then I went to the YouTube channel, and then it's almost like they still wanted me to write. So then it goes to, I'm supposed to write books. So my first book will be about just my missions, where I went into all these Area 51 type places rescuing ETs. Also, I was rescuing humans from the ETs. So I was doing all these different type of rescue missions, and I had my own little spaceship, and I learned how to fly it. And so that's my first book. The title of it will be is How I Learned How to Fly a Spaceship. But I'm hoping it'll come out soon.
We'll have the perfect timing, they're saying.
Yeah, perfect. When is that perfect timing, Teri?
Mm.
I thought it would be out before. I thought it'd be out in 2024. I thought, but I'm not sure it's going to make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So plugging my book that hasn't come to fruition yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's Sandra. Abundant healing blessings, Teri.
Aw,
That's so sweet.
that's so sweet, Sandra. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And thanks for everybody in the chat for that. Okay, here's Spirit Detective Suzanne. Can I have a message from my Galactic family, please? Okay, I'm going to pull out of my Starseed Oracle deck. Is that your thinking?
Yeah, that's my thinking thing coming on. Thinking thing called the brain, I guess.
All right, I actually got 2 cards. Big picture thinking, and this is saying Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. And then I got Star Family, which says you're part of a team of souls. Call in your support. So these 2 things is big picture thinking and call on your family, your star family, for help. So I think they're asking you, Suzanne, to start thinking outside of your limited beliefs. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm hearing. Start thinking outside your limited beliefs. It's almost like you've got these certain beliefs that are in this box, which it says they're showing me a box, and that you'll go shoot, venture out of it, shoot, venture out of it, and it's showing me all these little lines coming out of it that you'll tend to venture out of it, but you come right back into that box for safety. Well,
Yeah.
they're wanting you to take that lid off that box and start exploring, and you got your galactic family with you to support you, and it's your team of souls, and it says call in for support. So every time you're wanting to go outside that box, call them in, and they can help you either tell you it's okay or give you more information about that. That's a pretty big thing for you, Suzanne. That'd be big for all of us.
Yeah, that's huge. That makes a lot of sense. I pulled new beginnings. So grow your wings. You know, you're ready. And we all come in here with limited belief systems. That's the ego and society's constructs. But thank you, angels, for opening up the doors to change. I am ready. So that's you doing that. But also speak your truth. I mean, stand your ground. And that's something that we're finding, isn't it? In this lifetime, that we're noticing that as these constructs fall apart and fall away, that that doesn't make any sense, you know, following big pharma or following the media or even the politics don't make any sense. A lot of things don't make sense. So find your own way, speak your own truth. And this is Archangel Gabriel. So thank you, Gabriel, for helping me to speak with integrity. A lot of times that's how we speak to ourselves too. Oh, you're decisive, Suzanne.
Yeah.
Hello.
Indecisive.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that indecisiveness, you're ready. You got your wings. Yeah. Fly your freak flag.
Well, also, Suzanne, what I'm getting is when you're coming out of the box, you're looking for another box, and you don't belong in a box. So whatever is going on with you, nobody else is like you. So quit searching out that box that you're going to fit in, because you don't. You've put yourself in this box, I guess because you're indecisive, but it's more like you're wanting to find that next secure box to jump in, and it's not there because that's not who you are. So I'm not even sure how to tell you to venture except for calling on your star family, which is what they're telling you to be able to do. But whatever you're looking for is within yourself. It's not out there.
Yeah. She says, I don't know where I belong. And I think everybody here has probably said that at one time or another. If you're in this group.
Yeah. Well, Suzanne, I bet for at least 2 years when I was on this journey, I kept trying to find somebody who's doing the same thing I'm doing. Who's going on these rescue missions? There's got to be somebody out there. I've given up. There is nobody. I don't think there's anybody. Here's Viviani saying, fly your freak flag. Yes.
Amen.
But yeah, I spent 2 years asking everybody who's doing the things. Somebody's out there got to be doing the same things I'm doing. And I have not met them at all.
Yeah.
So I have to just accept what I'm doing is different, to say the least.
Yeah.
And
it's weird because we've talked about this before, that there's a little bit of prejudice sometimes in spirituality about working with the star people.
right.
And that's just not fair and now it's going to be like this huge group coming in and all this information coming in, and you'll be there.
Look at the Jean Gurney one. I don't belong if I had a nickel for every time you said that. And that's the truth.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that is an issue for all of us. And as you said, I've always been kind of over here on a lot of people, even in our community, as a little like, oh my gosh, that's that crazy girl that does with all that ET energy, all that, whatever, even though I'm a medium and I'm I have all these other gifts, but I am the one that does that galactic energy. And it's almost like, don't tread there because that's crazy. Even in our own community, we have that thought process going on.
Right. And when you talk about ascended masters, I mean, they're definitely on a different dimension.
Right.
So it's apples and oranges. It is all going to be the same thing in the end.
Yeah. And I just found that, our galactic beings or even our gods were coming down and mating with our humans way back when. So that energy has been around for years.
Yeah, they speak about this in the Vedas, thousands and thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's see who's next. Looks like Isabel's next. Isabel, any messages for my galactic family? What should I be working on currently? Thank you, beautiful soul. That's sweet. Isabel, pull out of my secret language of color again. I love this. I'm glad I pulled out this deck today because I haven't used it in a while, and I really, really like it. All right, Isabel, I've pulled out silver, and it says, be persistent. Be persistent. So whatever you're working on, or actually they're showing me is like, what they're showing me is like a comic. You have that little bubble of your head that's sitting up there going, well, you already have it. You already know what it's supposed to be. So what they're wanting you to do is to be a little more persistent in pursuing that idea. Whatever that is up there in that bubble, they're agreeing that's what you should be working on. So Teri, I'm going to read. You go ahead, and I'm going to look at the book about this, see if I get a little more information.
Okay. Isabel, I'm looking at a portal coming in for you, which we've had so many portals lately. Yeah. So, but that blue light is coming in for you, and the golden light. So it's going to be a big opening I'm getting for your intuition. Also, I feel like you might be doing some shadow work. And I think a lot of us are going into shadow work right now, just getting rid of the last things that we need to let go of. We always say it's the last thing we need.
I know it's the last thing, but then it shows up again.
Bam. There she comes.
Yeah, I thought I haven't dealt with that in years. well, where is it coming back up again for?
Yeah, I don't know where you came from, I'm healed. I'm completely healed from that. But yeah, so just I last week I think I had a lightsaber and I was just cutting all day long.
You know,
Everything I'd say, I'd like cut.
yeah, whenever I turn into an Octarian, when I'm going into battle as an Octarian, I have a big sword. I mean,
Oh,
it'll go through everything. It
nice.
reminds me of Michael's sword, but mine is my special sword. Mine's the only thing for fun.
Oh, I love that.
But anyway, the silver says strengthen your intention and resolve with silver rays of light. So I think that's what we're talking about, that idea that's in your head. So it's strengthen your intention and resolve and with the silver rays. So you need to be getting some silver around you to help you, Isabel, develop whatever this is above your head and that Teri's talking about also. So silver. Maybe we all need to get some silver for this to strengthen our intentions and resolve. Okay. Anything else, Terry? Let me
Nope.
take one last question from Laurie.
Okay.
A few weeks ago, both of you told me that my new galactic guides are Hadarians, wanting to know what part of the universe they are from. Oh my gosh. Go ahead, Terry. I'm going to pull out my book for Hadarians.
I can't remember where they're from. I know their planet is gone.
Yeah.
And they've shown me when it happened. And it was really interesting us going into hiding, Lori.
It's actually the Alpha Centauria. And the Hadarians are known to be hippies. That's our
Yeah.
and so, Laurie, I mean, you two, you and Terry are Hadarians, and then they are. But I've got it that there's Alpha Centurion A, Centurion B, and Proxima C, and that's where they're from. But they're not there anymore, and they are unconditional love, pure love. They lived in a paradise like Pleiades or Andromedas, and they are shy introverts. They're humanoid. They have heart-shaped or rounder faces. But my biggest thing whenever I see Hadarian, big hair, big hair.
Yeah.
They got big, beautiful hair, and they're spiritual. They love to travel. They are having a hard time on this earth, so they are homesick. And they are the ones that are supporting the LGBTQ community. They're the ones that are kind of pushing for the acceptance of that. So they're really big into that. And I've got a whole list of stuff here, but that's the main things about them. They're huggers, nurturers, and they're big picture thinkers. So we really need them here on Earth right now. So thank you for being here. Thank you for reincarnating as a human.
Right. And it's and they kind of don't always we don't always like go out in public very much. So there's that. And that's where you're from, unconditional love. So the Divine Mother for helping. Thank you for helping to give and receive the love I deserve. Just remember that you deserve love too, Lori. But it's funny, once you kind of align yourself with where you're from and meet others, and right away, that they're kindred spirits. It's interesting. But we do kind of hide, Lori.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I'm dressing up as a hippie this year because there was no detective costume.
I love that.
All right, everybody. That will be it for us today. I thank you for all being here. And thanks, Teri. Always loving having you here.
Oh, thank you. I love being here.
Yes, having my galactic talks with everybody. So anyway, my next show, listen, you're going out of town. So what's your next show next week?
I will be on Monday morning and Tuesday morning for my meditation group, meditation tribe, and then I'll be out of town, you guys, until that Sunday. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and tape some meditations. My plan is to tape meditations. That is my goal.
There you go. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, moderators, for keeping this a safe place. And we will see y'all later. Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye.